Okay, today right now it's 9:30 a.m. Friday, May 8th, when I filmed this, but, so, since I've been working here, like I've said, I never been bullied by any of the customers nor coworkers when I worked at Walmart, for 7 years, and, Shopko, and, Gordy's and Sears. I think the only thing I faced was at Shopko, an assistant manager saying I was Walmart, not Shopko. And that assistant manager literally never liked me. Always, ridding even though I was a supervisor. But, with Menards, like I said, after all the years that I've been in retail, all of a sudden, and this is why I suspect that I'm being set it up by one of Menards' front-end assistant managers. I'm not going to say any names or anything. I'm just going to leave it at that. Because I found out a certain assistant manager, her husband also has a YouTube channel, but it's motorcycle-related content. So I almost wonder if he has a bunch of fans around here and she sets it up saying, well, if you complain about Levon, then I can get rid of her legally because I don't want her working here. Because it's like, I have cashier numbers, but they haven't used me on the register since, I want to say January of 2018. And it's like, instead they want to call up people from the sales floor, even though you got someone outside that has cashier numbers. If it was Walmart, I still would have been used, even though, yeah, they would have left Justin out alone if it was Walmart. Regardless. Walmart, Shopko, Sears, and Gordy's. I'll tell you right now, they would not had threatened to fire their worker, let alone, I'll tell you this, nor write up the worker over a customer complaint about them. All it would have been is like a slap on the back and told just to watch what you're doing. That's it. But if it was, I want to say, their items, their machinery, their equipment causing the problem, and they found out these other stores, they would have fixed it, honestly. So I'll tell you right now, all the shopping carts here and all the rails, they all got bad wheels. I mean, some of the rails, they go rail, rail, clunk, clunk, they shake. Gosh, one flat has a loose handlebar, literally. Some of the other rails, they go bang, and they shake all over when they go bang, and they bounce up and down. And I mean, and they don't steer straight, and neither does the shopping carts. One rail has a nail in the wheel stuck, literally. So, and I can't hear over that loud racket because when I had a pseudotumor when I was in my 20s, my hearing got worse. Yes, I've had doctors disagree about that, but it's like, I still feel the pseudotumor caused my hearing to go. So, some of the bullying I've faced by customers, and yes, it shouldn't have happened. I've been called names like idiot, stupid, and they would yell at you, threaten to get you fired, literally, even though they don't work here. And, yeah. even when I was a cashier, that's when it all started too. I've had customers literally wanting to punch me in the face because I don't want to stop in back of a vehicle because, you don't know if somebody's going to back out. I don't want to leave a cart in front of a vehicle nor in back of a vehicle because, again, if someone backs up, that cart's going to go flying into another car. It's going to cause damage. You know, some people are just not considerate. And I wind up crying all day. I even had a customer punch me because I couldn't hear over a rail. Honestly. And they punched me right in front of that security camera, right there in front of that indoor. There was customers that witnessed it, and even I think the person at the desk did too. Even I've been threatened to be fired just for following rules at Menards even. Because right now they want no one going through the security gate, nor the other parts of the doors whereby the registers are not being used on register 9 through 12. Otherwise, what Menards told us in a meeting is that they would accuse the customer of stealing. Right now they're letting customers go through the security gate, so it ain't as much congested, but there is a security guard there, so I feel if he notices anyone stealing, he's gonna say something. You know? So, yeah, so a lot of the things, like with Menards, like when I was a cashier, they wanted us to scan each item individually to make sure, you know, inventory's correct. So, and that's when the bullying really started, because they didn't like me doing it, and they would rush, and they would want you to rush on the bagging, then they would turn around and complain about how you were bagging when they told you to hurry it up with the bagging. Yeah. I mean, and even like right now I still get bullied with pushing carts even. And they go, oh, what are you, deaf? And then you wind up crying, and there's someone else threatening to fire you if you don't do what they want, or if you can't hear. Like right now, I run a support group for Walmart current and former associates like me. And right now, a lot of the Walmart workers, current and former, do not want to be touched by anyone. They won't get too close to, because they're afraid that they're going to get this virus and or bring it to their family. You know, and that includes me. I really don't want to be touched. And here, I was wondering what the hell. I couldn't hear over the flat and a rail. 2 rails I couldn't hear over, because they were so loud. And sometimes they get so loud, your ears are buzzing. And here someone was touching me, and I'm like, please don't touch me. We don't want to be touched right now, you know? We're through a lot of stress right now working in retail. and that's the thing, and that's where, to the point, even I don't want to cashier anymore. I don't even want to push carts anymore. There's been, like I said, a lot of bullying. I think even like with Manager Dan, when he was working here as a manager, I was scared, terrified, because you could do your job and he just look at you and then all of a sudden threaten to fire you. You do as they say, and a customer complains about you doing what you're told by your boss. He would change the story and then threaten to fire you. Yeah, and then I'd be bawling, because I'd be like, what's going on? Do I have a job security here? Yeah. And like with Menards, when I blew my shoulder, and I still need that checked, actually, my right shoulder, in September 2018. And I was only pushing what I could handle, 6 carts in at a time, and they said I was going way too slow. And they said, you need to start pushing like 20 carts in at a time right now. And I'm like, I'm going to hurt myself. So I did what they said, and guess what? More things went wrong with me. I mean, now I can't be at work without a knee brace on my right knee. Because my knee won't stay in joint when I have to push like they want me to. But then they turn around and told me to take it easy. And that was a different manager here. And I'm like, now you're telling me to take it easy after you told me I need to push 20 carts in at a time. It's like, okay. Like I said, that tells you different managers. So, yeah. So, yeah, otherwise I think, like, the funny thing that happened while working here was the one assistant manager, when he got money, a check at a profit sharing meeting, and he lifted up the other assistant manager right off his feet, like doing a big old bear hug, and he lifted him off the feet. That was hilarious, you know. I think even I've had some bullying by coworkers, but those people are no longer working here. Like, I would do like Menard said, and they would all of a sudden would throw a fit. Even when I was pushing carts, I'd be like, oh no. And they would be threatening to get me fired if I didn't do it the way that they wanted me to. And I'm like, you're the same level as me. You know? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, I've even asked to be put it on the sales floor. It's like, couldn't you at least put me early morning stock where I have to be to work by 5 a.m.? It's like, just so I feel safer at work. You can make me full-time as early morning stocker, and I don't have to be seen by a lot of customers. You won't have a lot of customers complaining then. But they're like, no. Really, you're gonna just keep me at cart pusher when I know how to do things on the sales floor? More so than any of the other ones on the front end? Funny though.